When Tropical Storm Irene hit Connecticut at the end of August, we were warned, but were we really prepared? Some residents went a week without power and electricity and some other comforts and realized that what came after the storm was more difficult to live through than the actual storm itself. To help people prepare for future disasters, the Connecticut Department of Public Health recently issued their new guide to emergency preparedness. Now, joining me now is Leonard Gersha, the Director of Emergency Medical Services. Welcome to Connecticut Styles. Nice to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you.
So let's talk right off the bat. Were people prepared enough for Tropical Storm Irene?
I think globally they were prepared. I think what we didn't anticipate was being without power for so long. It goes to the fact of our reliance on power, our cell phones, our medical devices. We take those things for granted, and when the power's out, creates a little bit
no
more
cell phone. I mean, it was crazy for a couple days.
Right.
But how can we be prepared? I see you have a lot of items here.
Yeah, well, I brought with us a preparedness kit from our partners at the American Red Cross, and we say, be prepared, have a kit, and stay informed. Those are our three main messages. Regardless of the emergency, the disaster, public health outbreak, those are the three critical things, and using the media is an important part of that, making sure that people are up to date on the latest information from government officials, local health officials, that type of thing.
Let's talk about some of the items. Obviously, there's plenty of water, there's some canned foods, medicine. You want to make sure that's all together, right?
Absolutely, and you need to plan 1 gallon of water per person per day for a minimum of 3 days. One of the things that you touched on earlier about Hurricane Irene is lots of folks in our state have wells that need electricity to pump the water out of the ground.
True.
So it's not something that we anticipated, and having enough water on hand is important. The other thing is I carry around these pink cards, and it's important. You talked earlier about just index cards, about writing down important telephone numbers, because in the time of iPhones and that kind of thing, all of our important numbers,
right?
That's right.
You can't turn them on, you better have a list.
Important contact information are in there, writing them down, keeping them in a safe place, having them in your purse or your wallet so that you're with you, so you know who to contact, and what medications you might be on, if you're on any medications at all. So if you have to be evacuated and shelter in another location or potentially even in another state, you know what your medications are.
That makes sense. Good advice. Let's talk about the Connecticut Guide to Emergency Preparedness. This is new.
Yep, this is our second version.
All right.
And working with our partners at local health departments at the state's Emergency Management and Homeland Security, we prepared this preparedness guide. Also our partners at the Red Cross gives residents in our state a quick reference to important things they need to prepare for, and then what to happen when a storm occurs. We recommend that people keep it in a safe place. It is available on the internet. It can be downloaded in a PDF version from our website, ctdph.gov, and it just has some general information on how to keep you and your family safe and for them to prepare.
Yes, I see a lot of you're making lists, what to do with natural disasters, chemical emergencies. So you go through all the details. It's almost like a manual on how to respond, would you say?
Yes, it is.
And you can find that online?
You can find it online, and it fits what we suggest, although not too people who have phone books anymore, is to tuck it in the phone book or something that you keep safe or in a desk, or and keep it in, and to educate your children in it, because what we learned is adults tend to be in a hurry and not too interested in preparedness, but if our children are on us, we tend to be more prepared. An important message throughout the guide is to stay informed. What are your local officials telling you? What are your state officials telling you? What are your national officials telling you? In Irene, our department participated with other state and local agencies in keeping updated. Governor continually giving media briefs. People should not ignore that stuff, because we have the latest information to share with you.
Now, as important as to have the television on, if you don't have any power, you can't do that. And AM radio was a great resource during Tropical Storm Irene.
And part of the kit that I didn't bring along is a small transistor radio with 2 sets of batteries, so that you can get information over the radio or newspaper. And that's not just for tropical storms, it's for ice storms. We're coming into winter.
You're right. I mean,
the last 2 weekends have been in the 80s. You know, ice storms, the same thing. What would isolate you from your physician, from the hospital? What would isolate you from your family members?
No, Leonard, this is great advice. Make a kit, make sure you have the supplies, and get the guide. So you're always ready.
That's it.
All right, Leonard, thank you so much for being here. Let's put all the information up on the screen. You can go to the CT Department of Public Health website and get a free copy of the Connecticut Guide to Emergency Preparedness at the website listed on your screen. Or, of course, you can come to WTNH.com, and we'll have that link for you there.